What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Big Bro and Little Sis Reacts. I'm Tamaj and this is Dad.
Hey.
And today we are on Alias Season 2, Episode 19, Endgame. So yeah, Dixon shot Arvin's wife. Ripped to her because I didn't really like Emily's character. So Sydney's a bit hurt about that. We found out Francie has Will as a sleeper agent. So he's giving away CIA intel without knowing. He's having dreams about them and he thinks they're weird, and he did talk about them, but it's going to take him a minute to figure it out because none of them suspect Francie. They do notice she's acting a bit weird, but they just are like brushing it off. But yeah, so that'll come together at some point. But yeah, for now, everybody thinks Sydney's mom's a traitor, but she said to Sydney in a message, truth takes time. So I do think she's being a triple agent, but we'll just have to see. Well, yeah, let's jump into it. Full and other reactions are available on Patreon. She admitted it.
I'm putting in for reassignment to the Directorate of Intelligence.
If I had the shot, I might have taken it.
Trying to reassure him.
I know what Emily meant to you.
Hold up. The CIA knows too much. They could guess why we were after the genetic database.
They want satellite footage of Tuscany. They want to know who murdered my wife.
Yikes.
All the artifacts. We know they tried to access a DNA database, so there must be some way to predict what they're going to do.
Sometimes there isn't a clear move to make.
Elsa Kaplan's debrief transcript. It's barely 10 pages long.
If you feel Elsa Kaplan was improperly debriefed, do it again yourself.
He's like, I got shit to do.
We're out of leads.
What are you saying? That if something happens to him, it's my fault?
Oh, of course not.
These people threatened to kill my son.
Wait, that's not what I meant.
Aaron, sweetie, come on, it's time to go.
Whatever.
For the past 2 months, I haven't heard a word about my family or been given any indication whether they're dead or alive, so...
Hello?
Elsa, it's me. Elsa! Elsa, I'm alive!
She can't hear you. I've modified the cell phone.
Hello?
They're home. They're safe. And I have something to live for, Mr. Kaplan.
Elsa Kaplan was living in protective
Smart.
custody for the last 2 months. Well, okay. The backpack is getting a little ridiculous.
What do you mean?
The middle drawer. It's yours.
Yeah?
It's just a drawer.
I'm just saying it's a great idea.
You sure?
Vaughn?
There were 3 calls made from the same number to Kaplan's house over the last year. And they all lasted 1 minute.
Where did the calls come from?
I need to talk to you.
Is it Neil?
Your husband may have been working for the Russian SVR. It's their equivalent to the CIA.
What did the facts say?
A single Russian word. Razviaska. It means endgame.
Neil's gonna die.
Elsa, we don't know that.
No. I do.
Not you.
I didn't want to be hypnotized because I was afraid you'd find out. Ivanov was my handler. 7 years ago, I was ordered to seduce and marry Neil. My objective was to keep tabs on his work.
But she fell in
I was
love.
given a tracking device to implant in his arm, but it has a secondary purpose. It was designed to release 50 milligrams of cyanide into his bloodstream. It's a suicide pill.
Then you're not authorized to be telling me this.
I've just committed treason against my government because I want to get him back. I'm telling you because I love him.
Makes sense.
Speculative intel you acquired from a Russian spy.
Why would she lie?
That's precisely the question.
She turned herself in.
She's not the first.
But Elsa Kaplan and my mother are not the same person. Elsa's first instinct, her first thought was for her husband's life.
It's your assessment.
And if Neil Kaplan dies,
When he dies.
Wow. You just went cold.
This is Director Bristow. I want solitary confinement imposed on Elsa Kaplan. No unapproved visitors, understood?
we still have 42 hours.
Elsa, don't react. You're listening to a recorded message being transmitted to you through a directional sound projector. I'm going in myself.
I know none of this is much mission to you right now.
That was cool.
I need you to give me the locator codes.
Back away from the glass, please.
I have authorization.
Thank you.
Jack is,
It's been 24 hours.
I don't
This
know,
database
he's doing
is
too
enclosed
much.
with an 81. Need access.
to a gray supercomputer.
I hope you're not stalling, Mr. Kaplan.
Got it. She was able to get her hand through it before it choked her.
We still need him.
I'd be an analyst. Be safe.
You'd be happy not being in the field?
I'd be happy.
You are not responsible for what happened to his wife. He put her in harm's way.
That's not the only reason I'm putting in for the transfer. I'm doing it for us.
When you first told me the truth, I said I didn't know who you were. I was wrong. I just didn't know what you did. I have always known who you are. You are the most decent man I know. Whatever you decide, I'll be with you.
Well, at least she found that energy. Now she's got to keep it.
Hello?
It's me.
Is your source still in place?
I gotta leave Will alone.
Copy. Stay with her.
What do you mean, why do I care? Do you know how spoiled you were? You know, drawer. I wish I had a girlfriend to say, hey, you want a drawer?
Marshall told me your father shut you down this morning.
Yeah, I just needed to get out, cool down. Dad was right, like that's news. There's this great one of us. You can hang it in your hallway by the coat rack.
What?
I should use a slower roll. I'll probably be another
Yeah.
20 minutes. I'll come over when I'm done.
Yeah, okay. Bye.
Okay.
Some kind of message. What'd she say exactly?
She said, keep in mind I should use a slower roll.
Where's your bathroom?
You gotta change her appearance. She took inspiration from those girls. Could you be this creative? No, you're good. Not that quickly.
Oh my, are you Sig McGammon? I was president of my chapter in West Virginia. It's Tuesday. You still have the lunch exchange with Cardell? Yes, we do. Wanna come? Can I?
She know how to blend in wherever she goes.
No, wait, I got it.
I would never think of that.
She's going to Russia.
Sydney clearly knew I was listening to your phone conversation. She also knew that by the time I decoded her anagram, she'd be halfway to Russia. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. For all we know, she was a conspirator in her husband's abduction, which means Sydney could be walking into a trap.
Or she isn't, and she's about to save Neil Kaplan's life.
If you know Sydney, you're not gonna stop her.
If you don't report your next contact with Sydney immediately, I will take action that you will regret.
I'm a fan of Jack today. Staying on that thing is so hard. It was fun though. I was on that for a good minute and a half, 2 minutes. I have the video.
This is 8 seconds table. Everyone here has written bull for 8 seconds.
She can do it all.
When exactly did you talk to Elsa?
Yesterday. We're old friends. Latest as Fiorescu.
50,000 cash.
Where you gonna get that type of money without CIA backing you up?
Какая была Гриша? Что ты сказала? Нилу Каплану.
You don't know anything about me.
You couldn't be more wrong. You hoped somehow that becoming a mother would redeem you, would absolve your guilt.
You're wrong.
But you continued to lie and deceive both your husband and son.
I am not Irina Derevko.
I probably care more about your son than you do.
That is not true.
If I have my way, you're never going to see your son again.
Don't you dare take my son away. Don't you take my son away.
I'm not a fan of him this episode. You can't take your mistake out on everybody else.
Exactly. Look at his face.
He's feeling bad now.
You can give it to me. We only have 10 hours to find Kaplan. If we end up sharing a cell in federal prison, I'm not giving you a drawer.
Okay, I gotta go. I gotta go.
You work for a trouble.
Ain't this a whole man? I mean,
I don't even know.
I'm pretty sure. When he finds out, he's gonna be devastated.
Yeah, I shouldn't really complain. It's the only exercise I really get. Although I did see a gym on the.
Excuse me.
I did see a gym. See, I hate lunch.
Hey, honey, you got a sec?
Yeah. What's up?
Okay, what do you need?
Will you tell me what kind of fish they list?
Okay, hold on.
Too good. She, he, whoever the hell it is.
Thank you for coming.
Did I bring gear?
He brought the whole drawer.
What's the west after we landed? Satellites picked up 5 figures. What about the perimeter?
No activity.
Y'all got like 6 minutes. He's gonna really be hurt when he find out it's Dixon.
I need you to do something else for me.
Oh God. They're gonna have Francie kill his wife as revenge. Because they ain't gonna kill Dixon.
I was sent to school in England at a very young age. Out of necessity, one becomes self-reliant and perhaps prematurely ambitious. What I want is that which I never had.
You're gonna kill me, aren't you? You wouldn't share any of that stuff with me if you expected me to live.
I suggest you keep working.
Damn. They's beating folks' asses.
A blind guy just took off.
Sir,
That's it, yeah. I'll go after him.
you have to listen to what I'm gonna say. You won't want to believe me. But you have to, or you will die in less than 60 seconds.
What? 6 years ago, the NSA recruited me. They told me I was a target. They had intel that I was going to be approached.
You're NSA?
I knew Elsa was a spy the day we met.
Okay, look. Your wife injected you with a cyanide tablet. We have to remove it right now.
Why would you not look away?
Oh, God. Thanks.
You welcome. He already
I would
knew
have
that
done
about
anything
you.
to bring you home.
Both a lot to figure out. I don't think either one of us are in a position to pass any judgments.
I want to see your reaction to it. Who he works for.
I love you too.
I know I'm not in a position to ask you for any favors.
Vaughn will be escorting the Kaplans to Bainbridge Island. I've granted Elsa defector status. She is not Irina Terevko.
That's the jacket now.
We finally have a lead on Sloan and Terevko.
Good. Sydney, if you go around me again, I'll have you transferred. And finding them will no longer be part of your job description.
That was his way of saying I love you. But yeah. They ain't gonna expose Francie here.
When Marcus first told me about SD6, I felt so betrayed.
She definitely gonna die
In part,
when
I
they leave
blamed
here.
you for that. Before I could accept that,
Because she ain't never had this many lives.
I rescinded the transfer order.
Diane.
Diane finna get sent to the promised land.
Mr. Bristow. Mr. Bristow.
Yes, Marshal.
We're mapping it.
Found out
takes
what
where
happened
you
with
realize
Will.
because the Death Star
Francie.
plans are not in the main computer.
Not the Death Star plans.
Discrepancy.
Anybody gonna
First
find
I
the
thought
Marshal
it
gonna
was a
find
Trojan
it.
virus. Someone without authorization accessed the system and downloaded 10 gigabytes worth of satellite footage from Tuscany.
We're on a secure system. How do they hack in?
Well, they didn't. It came from this office.
No, there's no way the agency.
She about to do a drive-by. Or they're gonna get in the car.
I'll see you home after.
Oh yeah, she dead.
Good night, Dane.
Why would y'all not go together? That don't even make sense.
Having it out in the open.
If we're not going back to work, I'm going with my wife. Why would y'all not go get the kids together?
Oh, by the way.
I thought his car was gonna blow up for a second. Ruthless. Ruthless.
They said a wife for a wife.
No, I know that's what he was gonna do. He wasn't gonna kill Dixon. Like, okay, you took from me, I'm gonna take from you now.
Well, good thing they had a good night before they died. And that she apologized and everything before she died.
Sloan is dirty. He taking everybody, wife, husband, everything. You know when they be saying, hide your wife, hide your husband? No, for real. Because Sloan is about to kill everybody you love. That man is vicious. I knew she was gonna die though. She was talking too much. She don't never get that many lines, and she ain't really been in a show like that to be talking that much. So she was dead. And then as soon as Dixon said, "Oh, I rescinded the order," I was like, "Okay, yeah, he's staying. She's going." That sucks because that's gonna hurt him, but it's gonna drive him.
No more.
Yeah, he already said he wasn't. He already said he rescinded it, which means he took it back.
Oh.
So he was gonna stay regardless. That was when I knew for sure it was her. Cause it was like, okay. Now if he would have said, yeah, we're gonna go through with the transfer, I'm like, oh yeah, he's about to die. But no, when he said I rescinded it, and then she said she was going to get the kids and he wasn't going, which didn't make sense. Yeah, she was dead. But still, for a second when the explosion happened, I thought it was his car. Because he had just got out, you know? And it was just like, but that sucks. So now we got to watch him grieve his wife. Yeah. And I'm sure Sydney will be there for him because she knows what it's like, you know? So that's crazy. That's messed up. But Marshall's on to Francie. She ain't going to be able to get away with this for long. I expect by the end of the season they'll know. They may not capture her right away, but they'll know.
Mm-hmm. She was the second person.
Because they're gonna think they have a mole in the office, so they're about to go through. They're gonna see it's Will, but then Will's not gonna understand. He's gonna explain everything that happened, and then it's gonna really take some critical thinking to like put together that it's Francie.
Well, not really, because they'll be confused about it.
Because they're gonna question him.
Then once it settles in, like a minute later.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, oh, you access. I guess the way they could do it is, oh, you accessed the computer at this time. The gigabytes was downloaded at this time. What were you doing on our network? What websites did you visit? They're gonna go, why did you visit this recipe?
And also my girlfriend. Got a call right before.
Right, and they're like, oh, my girlfriend wanted me to look up a recipe for her. And they were like, Francie, okay. And then they were like, okay, well, it was downloaded at this time, and then so then they're gonna probably try to trace it or suspect Francie, and then I don't know. It's going to play out something like that. But, yeah, I'm excited to see what happens. Excited to see the reactions. Because Will been sleeping with a whole man. That's crazy. He going to be so violated. He going to feel so violated. But Jack was making me mad this episode. I think he was being unreasonable. He was putting his... he was projecting he was projecting his feelings on everybody else, calling that woman, you know, basically saying, oh, you're like Irina, and this and that, I know who you are, this is what you know, like, you don't do that to somebody. Their stories are completely different. And see, the different thing is that we learned at the end is he knew about her, and she knew about him. Well, she didn't know about him, but he knew about her. Yeah. And then I think he felt at some point her feelings were genuine, so then he stayed with her anyway. And so it all worked out. And now they get a happy ending, thankfully, even though they were tortured for months. But that's good for them, because most people don't have happy endings on this show. But yeah, he was making me mad about what he was doing to Sydney Vaughn, just how he was talking to people. I just did not agree. Yeah. I need the other guy to get his job back, because at least he could take being, you know, he'll take a lot of stuff. The other guy, the bald guy, he'll take a lot, but that's because they do good work. Their results speak for themselves. Right. I think the problem with Jack being in charge is he has a blind spot for Sydney, and he doesn't like her taking risks, so that's gonna mess up her trying to go on these missions, and that can't happen, or they're not gonna get results. So, and I missed the subplot on why they replaced, you know, Jack with him. I completely breezed over it. I still don't know why Jack's in charge.
Oh, it's because, some stuff happened with Serena.
I think, yeah, it must be because he authorized her to leave. But still, I was mainly on Jack because Jack removed the tracker. Like, all this stuff is because of Jack. That's what I'm saying. It's for Jack to be promoted and the other guy to be demoted. And I know Jack said, you know, once I get Irina or whatever, I'll give you the position back.
But... he got promoted because they got that thing from that guy's house. Remember when they took the picture and he fell asleep?
But why would Jack get the promotion?
Because that was his plan. He convinced the dude to let her
I guess, but to demote somebody else because somebody else did something great, that just... Because
they've been trying to do that for a while, and I guess...
But you take somebody else's position?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously he did something good to get there. You know what I'm saying? So what makes one success or achievement's more valuable
But
than the
it
other.
was only temporary. It was only supposed to be.
Now Jack said it's going to be temporary because he said he's going to give him his position back. But Jack could really keep it if he wants to. It seems like anyway. But good episode.
Yeah.
I love this show. Like, I love where it's going. It always keeps me on my toes. The plot twists are great. The character work is great. So yeah, let's keep going on this journey. We got a couple more episodes this season, and we still got 2 more full seasons. So I'm excited to see what they do. Thank you guys for watching that part. Full reactions are available on Patreon, and we'll see you guys for more Alias.
Bye.